evening to all. Today we are going to see 12th chemistry. The topic name is chemical kinetics. Okay. What is chemical kinetics, and from that what you are going to learn? So already we know that in 11th standard chapter we are discussing about thermodynamics. So from that thermodynamics, the feasibility of our reactions can be predicted. But not only the feasibility, if you want to calculate the rate of the reaction, that is the path, the mechanism, we have to go with the chemical kinetics. Okay. So if you are taking chemical reactions, so generally the reactions, if you are taking the reactions, we know that just we are splitting into fast reaction, slow reaction and a moderate reaction. So if I am taking a fast, just taking an example, just consider barium chloride. Okay, barium chloride solution. You are adding sulfuric acid. Okay, barium chloride, and if you are adding sulfuric acid, you'll get immediately the barium sulfate precipitate. That is a white color of the precipitate you are going to get. This is called a fast reaction. That means whenever if you are mixing the two reactant, as soon as you are getting a product. This is one type of a fast reaction. Next, if you are taking a slow reaction example, rusting of iron. So if you take a simple example, rusting of iron will occur at over a month, over a year also it will take place. So this comes under a slow reaction. So this reaction takes place at a fast manner, and this reaction will be taking as a slow manner. Okay, so how will you read the kinetics of the reaction? Because if you want to read chemical kinetics, you have to find out what is the nature of the reactant and the product, and whether some catalyst is induced, like that we have to read. So here, if you want to take fast and slow, we have to consider about the rate of the reaction. So rate of the reactions can be predicted by using changing of the concentration of the reactant, that is the species involved in a chemical reaction. So whenever if you are taking a chemical reaction, there are two species involved, one is reactant and one is a product. Okay, so changing in the concentration of the species with the time, that gives a rate of the reaction. Okay, and whether the path means if you are taking initial and the final stages can also be predicted by using a rate of the reaction. Okay, so what is the meaning of a chemical kinetics means? To study the rate of a reaction, that is called the chemical kinetics. Okay, next, how will you define a rate? Just before I said what is rate. So rate is nothing but changing the concentration of species involved in a chemical reaction with the time. Okay, so this is rate, that is changing in the concentration of the species involved in a chemical reaction with the changing of a time. Okay, next, how will you write the rate of a reaction? So how can you predict the rate of the reaction? So for example, if I am taking a simple reaction, take A is a one reactant species and that gives a B. So here I am going to consider this is a reactant, only one species, and the product, that is also one species formed. Okay, now I am going to vary the concentration. So suppose if I am taking the concentration, the varying concentration A1 and A2 with the time intervals of T1 and T2, like this we have to assume. If you are taking only one reactant, but I am going to vary the concentration. The varying of concentration, I will take one as A1 and another one as A2. So next the product formed, that will be taken as B1 and B2. That is also varying in concentration. Generally what happen in the rate of the reactions? Okay. So here whenever the chemical reaction occurs means slowly the reactant concentration has to be decreased as time interval, as a time proceeds. The concentration of the reactant should be decreased and the concentration of the product should be increased. This is the situation. So whenever slowly, gradually the concentration should be decreased, the reactant, and the concentration of a product will be increased. So here I am going to consider two varying concentration A1 and A2. From this we have to know that whenever as time proceeds, initially 0, as a time proceeds 5 minutes like that, between the time intervals, the concentration of A and the concentration of A1 and A2, what is a comparison? So here the first initially I have taken A1 and next I have taken A2. So if I am comparing A1 and A2, always the concentration of A1 should be greater than A2, because as the time proceeds, the concentration should be decreases. So the concentration of A2 will be decreases and the concentration of A1 will be increases. Okay. But whenever if I am taking a time interval, that is T1 and T2, we are going to maintain the time intervals. Okay. Next, whenever the concentration of a reactant decreases, what happened to the product cell? Here, the concentration decreases reactant, at the same much the concentration of the product should be increases. So if I am comparing B1 and B2, okay, so comparing B2 is greater than B1. B2 is greater than B1. So because B1 concentration less and whenever as a time proceeds the concentration increases, so B2 should be greater than B1. So by applying this, how can I write the rate of the reaction? So I can write a rate is nothing but, so rate you can write in terms of a reactant, in terms of a product. Suppose if I am mentioning in terms of a reactant, I can give a negative sign. What it means? The negative sign means the concentration of the reactant should be decreases. If I am taking this value, A1 should be greater than A2. What is the difference between these? That is A2 minus A1. If I am comparing A2 minus A1 should be a negative value. That negative only I have shown here. So minus, that is change in concentration of reactant, because I have taken only reactant. Okay, change in concentration of reactant with the time intervals. Suppose if I am taking the changing the concentration, I am considering only the reactant A1 and A2. So what is the change in concentration? So I can write rate is nothing but minus. Here the change in concentration will be A2 minus A1. Okay, will be, that is T2 minus T1 with the time interval. So this change only I can represent, that is A2 minus A1. This change I can represent minus the change, we can use the symbol del, the concentration of A divided by del T. This is only rate. Okay, so the rate, that is depends upon the concentration of the reactant. In the same way, if I am taking the concentration of the product, I can give the change in concentration, instead of reactant I can put a product. Okay, so if I am taking a product, okay, so rate is nothing but, okay. So if you take B2 should be greater than B1. So here the B2 minus B1 value, you should get a positive value. Okay, so I can indicate plus the change in concentration B2 minus B1, that will be T2 minus T1. So entirely the rate will be equal to plus, okay, del of concentration of B divided by del T. This is the rate of the reaction. So but generally rate means changing in the concentration of the species which is involved in the chemical reaction. Here I consider a reactant, just we are getting a rate one time. If you are considering the product, the rate of the reaction will be plus del B divided by del D. This is called the rate of the reaction. Next we are going to see unit of rate. Unit of rate. So generally just what is the formula for rate means change in concentration. Change in concentration with the time. So concentration, what is concentration? Number of moles with the value. That is number of moles with the value. So concentration is nothing but C is equal to number of moles Ni by V, volume of the vessel. Number of moles you know, mass by molecular mass. So if I am taking number of moles, okay, the change in concentration will be given in mole per liter. Okay, mole per liter. Concentration term, every concentration term I can express in terms of moles per liter. Same way, time we can take in seconds, minute, hours, like etc. Just depending upon your convenience, you can take moles per liter. Time you can take second, minute, hours, depending upon your convenience. So what is the unit for net rate will be mole per liter per seconds. This is the unit of a rate. So mole per liter per second or mole per liter second inverse. You can write whatever may be the unit of a rate. This is expressed in molar concentration. Suppose if I am taking a gaseous reaction, gaseous chemical reaction, okay, gaseous reaction, the concentration terms expressed in terms of a partial pressure. Partial pressure. So if you are substituting in terms of concentration partial pressure, I can get the unit of rate will be atmosphere second inverse. So instead of concentration we can substitute partial pressure and the time will be expressed in second. So you will get atmosphere per second or atmosphere second inverse. This is the rate of a chemical reaction. Okay. Next we are going to see the stoichiometry of a reaction. Stoichiometry of reaction. So let us consider if I am going to give the same A one reactant that gives a B. Okay, that gives a B. Here we are going to talking about the disappearance of a A and the formation of a B. So here the rate of disappearance of A will be equal to the rate of appearance of a B because the product has formed. So whenever if you are taking the coefficient here only 1. So there is no change. In the same manner the rate of the reaction will be same in this situation. Suppose if I am considering another equation like A gives 2B. This is a stoichiometric equation. A gives 2B. So what it means? Here the A will be disappearing and the B will be formed. Okay, now you have to give a comparison. Whenever that is the disappearance, suppose if I am taking 1 mole of A, if it disappear, that means 1 mole of A disappear means, okay, disappears. 2 moles of a B will be formed, disappears. 2 moles of B formed. In other terms means, if you are taking a rate of a reactant, okay, if you are taking a rate of the disappearance of a reactant and the rate of appearance of a product, So when 1 mole of A disappears, as soon as the 2 moles of B will be formed. That means the rate of appearance of B will be twice as compared with the rate of disappearance of A. Okay, so the 2 times the appearance will be 2 times greater compared with the disappearance of A. So that gives us stoichiometry of a reaction. So if I am considering this reaction, how will you write a rate? So I can write the rate is nothing but change in concentration. If I am taking a concentration of a reactant, so almost the concentration of a reactant means the concentration decreases minus sign, and the change in molar concentration of A with the time dt. So if I am taking only the concentration of a reactant, you will put a minus sign. And if you want to express in terms of a product, the coefficient should be mentioned. So that has to be, that is a product plus, the coefficient will be 1 by 2 and the concentration of the product will be d by dt. So in general, if I am taking 2 reactant and the 2 product, let us take an example. If I am taking A and B or the 2 reactant, let it take X moles and Y moles of a B. Same way, concentration of the product will be C and D. Let it take the number of moles will be L and M, like this. Okay. How can you write the rate? So rate, I am giving the change in concentration divided by the time interval. Okay. So here we are mentioning about the coefficient. So the coefficient also we have to introduce in the equation. So I can write the rate is, okay, the rate is, if we take only concentration of a reactant, I can write introducing of minus sign, minus the coefficient 1 by x, and the concentration of a reactant will be d of A divided by dt. Why I am introducing this d means that will be change in the concentration. So concentration is changing, so we can use a d. The same way, next reactant concentration similar way decreases. The coefficient will be y. So 1 by y, the d of B divided by dt. Okay, so minus sign we have introduced for the reactant. Y means the concentration decreases. Next we will go with the product, that will be the coefficient L, and same way the concentration of the product should be increase. So I can use a sign as, that will be plus sign. The coefficient will be 1 by L and d of C divided by dt. The same way for D, I can give you plus 1 by D. The concentration coefficient 1 by m, d of B divided by dt. So just we are taking one reactant, one product, or one reactant formation of 2 moles of product, or if we are taking 2 reactant formation of 2 product, like that, the rate of the reactions you can write, okay, by considering change in concentration with the time, and we have to take a note whether concentration we are taking depending upon the reactant or the product. So if you are considering a reactant side means we have to introduce negative sign, that means concentration decreases. If you are taking a product means we have to introduce plus sign, that means the concentration should be increases. Next, the same I will give you example explanation. Just if you are taking formation of HI, okay, formation of HI equilibrium. If you take the stoichiometry of the reaction, H2 I2 gives to HI, so 2HI. For this, I will write the rate of the reaction. So if I am taking the coefficient only 1, so rate will be depending upon the first reactant mean. I will give you minus, the coefficient will be only 1, so no need to mention. So the concentration of H2 divided by dt. Okay. The same way, next reactant d of I2 divided by dt. Same way, concentration, if you are considering the product means, you will get plus, here the coefficient is 2. So 1 by 2 d of hi divided by dt. So this is how you have to write the rate of the reaction. Okay. So next, suppose if I am taking, this is example for rate of the reaction. Okay. Next we will take that is isomerization of a cyclopropane. How will you get what is the relation between instantaneous rate and the average rate? Instantaneous rate and average rate. Okay. So just what is instantaneous rate and what is called the average rate? If you want to calculate the rate of a reaction at a particular instant time, that is the rate of a reaction at a particular instant time, that gives instantaneous reaction, that is called instantaneous reaction. What is called average rate means entirely the average rate of the reaction, that gives a average rate. So to explain this, I will take an example, isomerization of cyclopropane. Okay, you know cyclopropane, you can mention like this, cyclopropane. This will be isomerized at 780 Kelvin. Okay, this cyclopropane will gives propene. It gives water propene. So isomerization of a cyclopropane at 780 Kelvin gives a propane. Now I am going to study about the rate of the reaction at different intervals of a time. So first let me give the rate of the reaction, that means the time with the molar concentration. So here I am taking time, I am going to maintain regular intervals starting of 0 minute to 30 minutes. And next the concentration of cyclopropane concentration, I will mention cyclopropane concentration, okay, in mole per liter. Okay, so just we consider our time and with the cyclopropane concentration. Okay, so let's start 0 minute. Let the concentration of a cyclopropane will be 2 mole per liter per, that is concentration 2 mole per liter. Same way, if you take the time intervals, that is 5 minutes, the concentration of a cyclopropane should be decreases. So that gives 1.67. Concentration is decreased. If you take 10, still the concentration should be decreased 1.40 mole per liter. Same way, as time gets 15, still the concentration will be decreases 1.17. Same, if the time has increased as 20 minutes, the concentration will be decreased as 0.98. And if I am taking 25 minutes, as the time proceeds, the concentration will be decreased 0.82 mole per liter. And same way, when it reaches 30 minutes, the concentration of a cyclopropane, it starts with 0.69. So you can ask, Miss, only we are taken only 30 minutes or no, as time will be proceed, still you are going to get the concentration should be increased till reaches a value. And just I am taking 30 minutes consideration. as the time proceeds, the concentration of a cyclopropane from 2, it is going on decreasing. The reaches a value 0.69. And from that we are going to calculate the rate of the reaction, that average rate, and we are going to get the instantaneous rate also. Let me take, how will you calculate the average rate? That is, I can give you rate average for 30 minutes. For 30 minutes I am going to give you. So rate of the reaction. Okay. Now I have taken a time interval 0 to 30, changing of a time. What is the concentration changes? 2 to 0.69. So final we have reached 0.69 and initial we have taken only 2. So here it decreases. So I can mention minus sign. The concentration I can write 0.69 minus 2 because end and the initial I have considered because it's a concentration decreases. In the same way, what is the time factor? The time was 30 reaches and initial is 0. So 30 minus 0. So this gives a value. Okay. So it is 0.69 minus 2, that gives 1.31 divided by 30. So this will be the value 4.36 10 power minus 2, and the rate of this reaction expressed in terms of mole per liter per minute, because here I am considering a minute value. Okay, in the same way we can calculate the rate for a initial and the final. Suppose if I am taking just initial and the final. So if you take a rate initial, okay, initial, that is called an instantaneous reaction. So here I am going to take the concentration variation 2 with 1.40 concentration varying. Okay. So if I am taking this concentration variation, so I can get the rate of the reaction, that will be decreases minus 2 minus 1.40, that is change in concentration, with the time, that is 10 minus 0. So 10 minus 0. That comes here 2 minus 1.40, 0.6 divided by 10. That gives here 6 into 10 power minus 2 mole per liter per minute. This is called the instantaneous rate in between that. In the same way, if you take a final, that is rate of final stage. So I will take the final stage concentration will be 0.98 with 0.69, okay, concentration. So here I will take the concentration 0.69 minus 0.98 divided by, okay, the time intervals will be 30 minus 20. So 30 minus 20. So here you will get 0.69. So 0.29 value, okay, concentration difference, and 30 minus 20 will be 10. So likewise I will get 2.9 into 10 power minus 2 mole liter minute. Okay, this is the rate. Just I am taking a rate. I have taken average rate, I have taken an initial stage rate, and I have taken a final stage. So by considering this, we will get one idea, that is whenever the concentration depends upon the rate of the reaction. Whenever as time proceeds means the concentration decreases. Okay, next. And one more thing, when the concentration decreases means what happened to the rate of the reaction also we will get from this. Okay, if you take the time intervals with the concentration decreases, from that I can draw a graph between the concentration with the time. Okay, So just if you mark the concentration with the time value, we are going to get one curve-like structure. Okay, curve. And next, how will you get a instant rate? Means suppose if I want to calculate for concentration 0.5, I can put a, okay, that slope, that is the tangent slope value we have to calculate for a instantaneous rate. In the same way for one, just you have to take a tangent slope. From that slope value, we will get a instantaneous rate of a reaction. Okay, so in this section we have discussed about what is kinetics and what is rate of the reaction, and how will you write the rate of the reaction, and what is the stoichiometry of a chemical reaction, and what is the relation between average rate and instantaneous rate. Thank you.